Hey, Jazzer fam, and those that are not yet fam, it's your girl Janelle Wesley-Edwards, aka Jazzy J, and I'm jazzing on this people. Look at what my hubby bought me, an indoor cycler. We found this at a Goodwill, y'all. Don't you just love a good Goodwill? But it works. The little pedal sash over here, maybe that's why they gave it away. It's off, but other than that, it is perfectly fine. And so I decided that today I want to try it out. My little monitor, I don't know how it got a timer on it, so I'll get my 30 minutes in. But just wanted to come on and say this is that y'all, I don't have a crew, I don't have a team. I got a lot going on. Logistically wise, with just emailing, calls, paperwork, a lot of making connections to get get the Fat to Fit Olympics games here on and popping in Savannah, Georgia. It's almost like we're doing the initial one that we did uh, 11 years ago in Mississippi, because it's making those connections and getting to all of these businesses, which I am so trying to do, to get the bike donations and so on and so forth. So it's a lot of work, and but this is the main focus, for this inspiration. So I love the fact that I'm going to be able to get it in right here and then jump on the computer, jump on the phone, and jump on and do what I need to do. So excited about that. Coming off a amazing weekend yesterday. Yesterday I did my walk, and I was just saying that to say that I have the videos, but even the posting, once you do the video, then getting it posted on the social media platforms and everything, that's a job. So I'm behind, and I made a mistake one day where I said day 53 and it was day 52 or something like that, but I just put it in the messages that I had made a mistake. But I believe I'm on day 45. To say that, I have to go back and look at my videos and look at my phone to make sure. But this is day 45 of the 60-day Fat to Fit Olympic Games Georgia countdown. I'm here, people. And like I said, I will not be moved and I will not be stopped. Now, my body is talking. It's saying, Janelle, you have never, ever done no 15 days straight of exercise. We're in the unknown. We don't know nothing about this. And so it's saying things like, girl, you ain't got to do it. Ain't gonna know. Oh, just put one of your past videos up. You better. It don't matter. You just say, I wore the same workout outfit. I don't know if people do that and look at outfits and stuff. She had that on yesterday, or she had, I don't know. Because I do have some duplicate, like I had 2 pair of these. So if you see it on the same day, you'd be like, oh, she put the same thing on. No, I got 2 pairs. Sometimes when I find a good buy, I buy them. And so these were a good buy. I think they were $2. Dirt cheap in Mississippi, baby. Dirt cheap is the truth. Okay, so enough of that. But my body's talking. And it's telling me to take a rest, to stop. And this is not the first time my body has been talking. But what I do, and I woke up this morning with it, I meditate and I think about my ancestors. I think about their experience in this country when they were brought here on the Middle Passage. I think about the Middle Passage. I love that movie, The Woman King, starring Viola Davis. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. I've run across two people, and one of them was my son who hadn't seen The Woman King. I said, you better go watch The Woman King. What's wrong with you? But so excited about just catching that vibe of how the Middle Passage, how they were sold into slavery, taken from their homes, and some of them jumped overboard and said, I will not be a slave. If I can't live my life the way I want to live my life, I'll die. But then there were those that remained and made it here. And there were those who died from illness and sickness because they had them chained together and urinating and defecating on top of each other, and there was disease that spread, and many of them died. And so I think about how we, the African Americans that are in this country, we are the descendants of the strongest Africans of the Ivory Coast. We're descendants of the ones who made the choice to remain and to stay and to fight. We are descendants of the ones who were able to live through the disease and the dis-ease and made it to these shores to many closed doors. And I think about how we still here, y'all. We are still here. And no matter about what people say, the state that we're in or what we have to do and how we have to come together, we still here. And we are making gigantic moves. And we're producing. And even when we came here and as slaves who were kept from education, who was kept from being able to know how to you can learn how to read and things of that nature, we still developed so many things. Do you hear me? We came up with, and then the patents were stolen because we didn't know how to read and write. You know, George Washington Carver, Madam C.J. Walker. Oh my God. And I could go on and on. Benjamin Banneker and Charles Drew, and it's so many things. And we don't know the story. We have to do our own research, because when I sat in a classroom, I was told Columbus discovered America, even though we know that is not the case now. So it's so many things. And I draw on that energy to say, if they went through all this, yeah, I'm sitting under a fan and it feels good. It's giving me a light breeze as I'm working out and pedaling. I'm sitting in front of a TV. I can watch TV if I want to. I did all that. And actually, I did walk this morning, but I hadn't talked to one of my girlfriends, my dear girlfriends, in a minute. And so I called her, and she talked me through my whole walk. That's why I didn't do it walking. So this is additional. I've already walked for 30 minutes. But I wanted to come on and talk, because I didn't get a chance to do my video while I was walking. And then after this, I'm going to do a little bit of strength training, because over the weekend, because I was traveling, I wasn't able to get my strength training in. So I'm going to do a little of that as well. But I draw on that energy of the ancestors because I thank them. Oh God. I thank the ones that remained, the ones that worked, the ones that ran, the Harriet Tubman. Baby, I told a friend one time, she was talking about how, tired she was. I was saying we needed to go walking or whatever. And she's like, oh, I had a hard day and this, that, and the third. And I told her, I said, in order to get to freedom, I said the slaves weren't able to, say, oh, I'm going on a trip and I got to make my itinerary and I'm going to pack this and I'm going to pack that and all of that. They had to go through the days as if nothing was different. So they had to work in the fields all day long. Maybe they had got beaten that day. You never know. But it wasn't a trip where you got rest. You got to rest up for your trip. That's where I felt. I felt exhausted on Sunday and yesterday. It was still on me, but I made it happen. I felt exhausted, but I thought about them having to work out in the fields all day long and then wait until Master and all of them went to sleep and then listen for the call and then grab the bag and run. They had to run. Oh, they had to run to make it to that other side, to the unknown, because they didn't know what was there, but they heard it was freedom. If we ran, if we followed this lady, she told us about a place where we could be free. And they ran. And when they got there, they built. And I thank them because if our ancestors had done nothing but been enslaved, we would still be enslaved today. We would still be doing the same thing today, but because they ran and because they fought, we are still here. We still here, y'all. And that's why I'm so impassioned, because we have built our own slave houses in these bodies, and we're slaves to food and things that do not bless this vessel. And it's catching up with us. And that's why I cannot stop. And I will not stop until we eradicate this health disparity that affects African American children at a 53% higher prevalence than any other ethnicity. That's unacceptable for our ancestors to go through the atrocities that they went through. The rapes, the killings, the tortures, the stealing of their children. For them to go through that, for us to have freedom, what we can put in our mouths and how we can exercise our bodies. And for us to be researched and to know that approximately 12 years could be taken from the life of a child because of the onset of the chronic conditions that are brought on by being overweight or obese. That has to stop. So people, I'm going to end it here. I've done about 15 minutes. I've already done my 30-minute walk and I got to get some weight training in. I'll put up a reel later. But charge it to my head and not my heart. I still got to put up the video from yesterday. But I love y'all. This has been a Jazzy J PSA. And I say, Jazz love. Jazz do it. Jazz on the journey. And always, and I do mean always, remember in life to jazz as you see it. Mwah.